Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm Flora Sage. I am very excited to share with you today's Motivation Monday. So if you are new to these Motivation Mondays, Motivation Monday is the day that I share with you a book or a quote that has made a really big impact in my life and in my business. And this book is one that I heard about literally for years, like probably a good decade before I picked it up. And when I picked it up and read it, I thought that the title was a little bit deceiving because the title of the book is Think and Grow Rich. So, and of course, this has dollar bills all over it. So, of course, I was thinking this is just about money, but it's actually not. Think and Grow Rich. Rich is about the concept of having a rich life. Rich in friendships, rich in love, rich in resources, rich in opportunity. And that was something that was absolutely huge, 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 huge. Hi, Warren. Hi, Robin. Yay. Hi, Jason. Hi, Marita. Hi, Rebecca. Yay. Superstars in the house. So, this book has changed my life in a way that, well, actually, unlike any other books. Hi, Nicole. And the reason why that it's changed my life in so many ways is because it talks not only about the law of attraction, which a lot of people think is a bunch of bullshit, and for that I say test it out and you'll see. But it's also about mindset. It's also about tenacity. It's also about success. It's also about the richness of opportunity that we have in our life. And it shows that the world is set up to either allow us to fail or succeed, depending on what's up here, depending on how you think about life, how you perceive your abilities in life, how you perceive what is to come. Do you know what I mean? So, well, Jason, yeah, I follow that more than the threefold law. Yes, I mean, this is something that when you really truly allow yourself to recognize the true possibility that is in every single moment and the opportunity that is in every single moment, then you truly can have a rich life, not just with finances, but in relationships. And a lot of people say, well, money isn't going to give me happiness. Money isn't going to give me this and that, whatever. I can tell you from experience, having money makes life 1,000 times easier because you're not stressing out about if you can pay your bills. You're not stressing out about food. You're not stressing out about gas in your car. You're not stressing out about whatever. And one of the biggest things that I hear from people when I do my personal, business, and financial coaching with them is that nobody ever taught them about money and that money is scary for them. Like they don't have any, so they avoid it. And that is the biggest mistake you can make. If you want to start having a rich life financially, then learn about money, read books, hire a financial coach. There's so many resources. There's free blogs, there's videos, there's programs, there's all kinds of things that you can do so that you can start to be friends and make friends with money and start to recognize that money is just energy. Like everything that you see around you used to be money. This shirt used to be money. This planner used to be money. This printer used to be money. This mug with the coffee that's in it, it's a really good coffee too, used to be money. This spoon used to be money. And all of it is energy. All of it is an energy exchange. And so when you can recognize that the more that you embrace energy and the possibility and the opportunities that energies hold for you, and when the sooner that you recognize that you can just kind of get over yourself and get over your ego about money, and just if you want to have money and if you want to start being a very responsible steward with money, then learn about it. So many of us dig into spiritual books, self-help books, but avoid financial books. So if you are a spiritual person who really loves to dig into your spiritual practice, but you also maybe have some financial trouble, I would recommend that you look at this book. Because like I said, this book is not just about money. It's actually, that's just a very small, I would probably say like 1% of it. The whole rest of the book is about mindset. It's about opportunity. It is about the way that we start to conduct ourselves and who we surround. I mean, this literally is like a plethora of amazingness all wrapped up into one book. But like I said, if you're having a challenging time with money, and if you're having a challenging time figuring out how to break through these aha moments, not just in your money, but in your spiritual practice, in your business, in your life, I would recommend getting this book, Think and Grow Rich, by the late and great Napoleon Hill. This book has been a staple in my business, in my practice, in my spiritual practice for a very long time. And like I said, I heard about it for a good decade before I actually read it. If you ask the top 1% of earners in any industry, not just the world, but any industry, and you ask them to name their top 5, top 10 books, I can guarantee you this is going to be one of them. And the reason that this is one of them is because this is not just about money, it's about your whole life. It's about how you create your life. And you actually are a co-creator. You are a co-creator with the divine source energy, whether you want to call it God or goddess or Buddha, Krishna, whatever. When you give yourself permission to just look at the possibilities and the opportunities and recognize if you have an issue with something, that is a perfect opportunity to lean into it, dig into it, and say, okay, all right, I'm not good with money. Was I ever taught about money? Was I ever educated? Did I ever take a class? Did my parents teach me about money? A lot of people don't learn about money because their parents don't teach them. So my dad said, save half, spend half until you get married. Then, of course, worry about the 4 walls. He didn't actually call it the 4 walls, but basically it's, pay yourself first, then take care of the bills and whatever. And then if you have any extra money, then do the fun money or whatever. But when I got married, that was quickly, everything that I had about money quickly disappeared because he was not good with money. I actually, all of my savings and investments were drained within the first year of being married. We ended up filing for bankruptcy in 1997. So it was kind of a shit show. And it wasn't until I got my 3rd divorce and was over $20,000 in debt that I realized I need to get my financial shit together. Granted, I've been reading this book at that point for a good 8 or 9 years, but I realized that I wasn't good with money and I had to start to study and learn and take classes and really, 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 really finally get honest with myself and say, all right, I'm not good with money. And then I started to learn about money and that it's just energy and how I could get myself out of debt and then get back in debt. And I'm like, why do I have this cycle? And so I leaned into all of these things that made me uncomfortable that I just tried to avoid. I stopped taking advice from people that were broke and I started to really educate myself. That's when I was able to get out of debt, have an emergency fund, start to save X number of months, now up to this point, I think it's about 10 or 11 months of income in the bank. And then I've got investments and all these other things, but it didn't happen overnight. And when I decided to finally get my shit together, I reread this book with the express intention of looking at it through my monetary lens. Before, when I read this book, it was through a business lens or it was through a networking lens. And so every time I read this book, and literally this book is like, I don't know if you can see, but there are like pages that are starred and like literally this book, it's crazy because It's so good. Powerful of thoughts. Oh, you know, but anyway, so every time that I read it, I go into it with a different intention. And when I go into it with a different intention, that's when I can see and learn something new based on the intention that I'm using when I'm going through the book. So getting out of financial debt will not happen overnight. Sometimes it does, and if it does, you've got to be mindful, and you have to, I would recommend getting a financial advisor, an investment person. A lot of people that win the lottery end up going broke within just a couple years because they don't know how to work with it. And most people don't, and that's why most people are in debt, you know. But you can say, okay, how can I set myself up for success? And am I really ready to change? Am I really ready to change? You know, people are natural savers or spenders. What are you, you know? And when you can really give yourself permission to be honest with yourself and then start saying, okay, so I know this about myself, and I know that if I really want to get where I want to go, I need to suck it up and take a class and ask for help, and which is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm part of a mastermind group, and in the mastermind group, the mentors that are in the group are all multimillionaires, and several of them have built billion-dollar companies. I've been part of this group for, I think, about 9 months now. And every single week, all of the mentors, and I think there's about 11 or 12 mentors, and they're all multimillionaires / billionaires. And they actually go live every single week, all of them. So there's a lot of content to consume. And they literally, it's just a Q&A. You can ask them any and all questions. Well, I love sales. I love selling in my business because that's why I'm in business. I love to help people. And in order for me to help people, I need to sell to them. I need to say, hey, I can help you, and I know that I can help you because of all the people that I've helped in the past and their results. And so one of the things that I've been doing, especially over the last probably 6 or 7 years, is learn to master sales and master my message. And those of you who have been following me have seen my message become more fine-tuned and more fine-tuned and more fine-tuned. And so one of the things that I've created is the Millionaire Mindset Mastery series of classes. We did the first 2, we did one in August, one in September, and we're getting ready to do another one in, actually this Thursday at, let me look, at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's called Millionaire Sales Secrets. You're gonna learn about KPIs, which are key performance indicators. You're gonna learn about the 30-day selling cycle, which I've been teaching that for, oh my gosh, forever. But it's just, basically I've been teaching it to my private clients. There's a whole slew and a whole list of things that I teach you. I'll actually post the link for the event below. And I want you to click on that event listing, and I want you to read that event. And if you're guided to finally make true sales in your business, if you really want to amp up your selling this year, and even next year, because we've only got a couple months left, if you really are truly ready to learn how to be a masterful seller, and which will, it's absolutely going to help in your sales. It's going to help in your business. It's also going to help with your money issues, because a lot of people have just a very expensive hobby because they have a business, but they do not learn how to sell. And again, that's part of this book. They actually talk about sales in this book as well. So if you want to be part of the Millionaire Mindset Mastery program for life, which is an ongoing training program, and you want to be in on this class, which when you join this class, this is the 3rd class in the series, you're also going to get access, instant access to the first 2 classes. So if you want access, I want you to click the link below, read about what we're going to look at. You'll also see what we talked about in the first class and the second class. And if you're like, hell yes, I want to and need to master this in my business, then click the link in the event page and sign up. This is a lifetime access program. It's freaking epic. I've got the outline finished, and it is going to rock your world. there's no fluff, as y'all know in my teachings, there's no fluff. And it's real world practical things that you can do. We actually look at the spiritual and the practical things to do when you sell. And it's absolutely incredible. I showed it to my business mentor this past weekend and he's like, girl, you're rocking it. And I'm like, thank you. But again, you know, these are things that work. These are things that I learned when I was in business school. I learned seeing my parents as entrepreneurs, and also that I've been teaching, or I'm sorry, that I've been taught also by these mentors who are all multi-millionaires / billionaires. So if you want to learn some millionaire sales secrets and you're really ready to take your business up a notch, click the link below, sign up for this class. It is freaking epic. The class is at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Thursday, November 8th. If you're watching this on YouTube or here on Facebook or on my website, and it's after the fact, click the link. You can join anyway, and you're gonna get instant access to all of the previous classes, plus any upcoming classes. And like I said, this is an ongoing series of classes that I'm doing to shift into that millionaire mindset, okay? So I know we had some questions. Let me see. Sky said, my husband is amazing with money. I'm very lucky he taught me so much. Yes. Jason says, I was taught bills, necessities, and then save. Yeah, and see, everybody should be saving for themselves first. 10% off the top needs to go to yourself first, then the 4 walls, then everything else. So yeah, Jason says, I've learned to be a frugal penny pinching miser. It's helped us out with numerous occasions. Yes, we have money, but we're also on a budget. Oh, your comment is actually cut off. I apologize that I can't see everything. Rich in love, friendships, finances. God won't help you until you help yourself. Preach, Jason. Yes. Let me see. Hi, Kelly. Rebecca says, my mom always robbed Peter to pay Paul when it came to finances. Yes, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Shannon says, my husband and I are so different, but in a new year, we are going to deal with things together. Yay! I love it. Marita says, I love taking notes in my books. Shannon is getting ready to get her Think and Grow Rich workbook, which they are actually, I have them available, whoops, on Amazon. Let me see. Jason says, I need help, or I need to hire you to manage my bank accounts. I'm tired of messing with them. I'm not an accountant. I'm a financial coach, so you will have to hire a CPA for that. Yay! Shannon says, how do you deal with lack of interest in your product or people who make excuses like it's plastic or too expensive? Well, people that are not interested in your product are not your ideal clients. So, and that's one of the things that we're going to look at is only market to your ideal client, okay? A lot of people market to everybody, and you can't, if you're marketing how to lose baby fat after you have a baby, or that little belly fat, if you're doing that to, you know, middle-aged men, nobody's gonna buy, because hello, they didn't just have a baby, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna teach you how to very specifically market your stuff, whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's an actual physical product or a service, so that people will actually buy. If it's too expensive, it's just not the right time. There's been things that have been too cheap, and because they're too cheap, I'm like, what's wrong with it? And I don't buy it because it's too cheap, you know? And to me, I mean, there are things that can be too expensive, but you know, for me, my experience, and especially in clothes and things that I purchase, I would rather go with the more expensive option because I know it's gonna last a hell of a lot longer than if I go with the cheaper option. And that's just from experience. Like when I got my dining room table, I went like basically without a table for almost a year, because I was saving up to pay cash for this. And this, like the actual table was $800. The bench was, I think, like $250, and the chairs were, I think, $150 each, and I got 4 chairs. And so but I know this is going to be an heirloom table. Like one of my kids after I pass away is going to get this table, you know. And I also got a glass table topper for it to protect it. So this was not a cheap table, but I also know that there's tables that are, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, and there's also tables that are $50. I had a couple of people say, why don't you just go on Craigslist and get a cheap ass table? I'm like, because I don't want that experience when I sit down to eat dinner. I want to sit in luxury. I want to sit and feel like I have a really solid table and not worry about if I shift my arm that the table's going to wobble and my drink's going to tip over. You know what I mean? I've had that before, and I refused to settle. You know, and that's just that, you know, set of standards that I'm like, no. So if something is too cheap, then, you know, that's not always a good thing. And we actually talk about pricing and how to price so that it's perfect for you and also perfect for your client. So we talk about that actually extensively, because this is a big hang up for a lot of people, is what to charge. You know, if somebody wants to purchase a 40-minute individual session right now, it's $595. And sometimes I think that's a little bit too cheap. Simply because the quality of my presence when I'm with them, I deliver way more than the value of $595. And the people that actually purchase at that price love it. They're like, oh my God, you need to be charging more for this. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Some people look at that and go, oh my God, $595, holy shit, that's so expensive. And I'm like, expensive compared to what? Compared to what? Who, you know, so-and-so is totally different. They have a totally different background, totally different life experiences, and this is not the same offer. You know, when you book a session with anybody, you're not just booking their time, you're booking their time, yes, but you're also booking their intellectual know-how, their prowess, their expertise, all the time that they've spent fine-tuning their craft and fine-tuning what it is that they are an expert at. You know, yes, I've seen people that literally just open up their coaching practice and charge $1,500 for 30 minutes. Is that wrong? Absolutely not, because I don't know what their history is. Okay, I don't know if they can literally change my life in a split second. My son visited with this healer, and he paid $1,000 for 2 hours to clear something that was in his energy field that he tried to clear conventionally, and it didn't work conventionally, but 2 hours with her, it was done. It was done. And that is huge. I mean, he walked in from that session and he's like, holy shit, that was fucking epic. And it was amazing. And so, you know, you got to think about the value that you hold and the value that you provide the world. And there are people that are going to say, holy shit, that's expensive. Even if it's $10, some people are going to say it's expensive. Other people are going to say, oh my God, $10? It's a little bit too cheap. I don't trust that. There's not enough value attached to it monetarily for them to give a crap about it. You know, I've had people pay for in advance full year of coaching with me, and then after a couple months just kind of fall off the radar. I'm like, hello, you have coaching sessions? And they're like, yeah, I know, but I don't have time to do the sessions and yada yada. And then I have people that do free sessions and they're all up in that shit. And then people that pay $50,000 to do a single week with me, and they're like, holy shit, this is freaking amazing, you know. And so it doesn't matter the price tag. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter, oh, here, I've got $1,000 right here. Let me, you know, take this money and, you know, give it to somebody. Well, somebody might not value this $1,000. Somebody else might go, oh my God, yes, let me use this wisely. Okay, well, what does wisely actually mean? You know what I mean? This is turning into like this whole little rant thing. Anyway, Shannon, to answer your question, expensive is all relative, okay? It's really relative on that person's mindset and where they're at. And if they're really ready to change, if they're really ready to make the investment in their life, okay? So I hope that helps you. All right, I want to learn how to sell and have a freaking awesome product. Yay! I love it. Okay. No, we do not do office hours calls anymore, simply because I do not offer individual classes anymore. I only offer the Mastermind Mafia, my private coaching, and This Millionaire Mindset Mastery. That's the only individual things that I sell. So, yep. Hi, Lindsay. Yay. I have people who love my product and hate it. Yeah. Preach, girl. Woo, woo. I think you better stop hitting your elbow off the table the other day. It'll start to wobble, right? Yeah. Yeah, Marita said so worth it. Yeah, Marita has been a longtime coaching client of mine. And when she first signed up, it was kind of funny because, hey, Marita, I'm going to tell this story. I hope it's okay. She's like, because I was like, yeah, so at the time when she started, it was $5.97 a month for coaching with me. And she's like, oh yeah, I got that. Well, she thought it was $5.97 a month. And she's like, oh my God, like when the first payment came out, she's like, holy shit, I don't know if I can afford this. And so we talked about it. And she's like, you know what? I deserve this. I'm worth it. And I know that coaching with you is absolutely going to be worth it. And it was. I mean, holy shit. I mean, Marita, you can testify to this. This is something that her life has completely changed working together with me. And, you know, she's been with me several years now, and it's one of those things that when you invest in yourself, magic and miracles happen. It's absolutely incredible. $500 is nothing if you want to change your life. Absolutely. I'm working on my coaching writing lessons that I one time charged for $200 for 30 minutes and $600 for 2 hours. Absolutely. Yep. Shannon says, I love you. I love you too. I didn't realize you were doing, or that you were going to do a mini class. Yeah, me neither. Sorry, Rebecca. Yay, Marita says, yes. Yeah, I mean, when you commit, well, even Shannon too. Oh my gosh. She's been with me for a while now too. Actually, almost a year. And her whole life has changed. I mean, you know, literally night and day different. Night and day different. Things that were crippling her are now a source of freedom. And every time I think about it, I get goosebumps because my clients kick ass and my clients are absolutely incredible. And of course, you know, when I price my coaching, I price it so that it feels good for me. And it feels good for the time that I put into it and the energy that I put into it. And I give a lot to my clients, a lot. And so, like I said, I'm going to teach you all about this during the Millionaire Mindset Mastery training on Thursday. So I know this is like literally like a 30-minute video. Yes, night and day, and it's only going to get better. Yes. So, actually, since we've been talking a lot about coaching, I'm going to do this. I totally not planned this. Okay, so the first link down below is going to be for the Millionaire Mindset Mastery training that's coming up on Thursday, November 8th. Like I said, if you're watching this after the fact and you want to join. It's very inexpensive considering this is a lifetime access program, and we're going to be doing classes every several, you know, I mean, this is like the third class out of many. And the classes are anywhere, well, I think they've been about 3 hours. We usually go about an hour, 15 minutes to an hour and a half, and then take a break, and then we finish. And they're absolutely amazing. This is the third class in the series. The second link that I'm going to put down is for a strategy session, okay? This is not a free session. This is $50. But the reason why that it's $50, okay, I used to offer a free strategy session, and what would happen is well, there's a lot of reasons why I actually started charging for this, but a lot of people would book it and then not show up, and then book it, show up, and want a free coaching session, or, I mean, a lot, a lot of things, and it started to just feel icky. It started to just not feel good for me, and so I'm like, okay, what would feel really good? And for me, I don't want to just meet somebody for a strategy call and have it just be a sales conversation. I truly want to help people. And so I'm like, all right, so this is going to be like a little mini coaching session. So it's $50 for 20 minutes. We get in there, and if we're right to work together, perfect. Then I will offer my packages. If not, I'm still going to coach you, and I'm still going to help you strategize on how to simplify and streamline your life so that you can bring your life and or your business to the next level. So regardless, you're going to get a ton out of this 20-minute session. So if you want a strategy session with myself, that will be link number 2. So link number 1 is for the Millionaire Mindset Mastery training that's coming up on Thursday. Link number 2 is for the strategy session together, which is epic. And I think I have a couple spots open on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I've got some spots open on Wednesday. All right. Jason says, I need to send you first class plane ticket to Canada. Yes! I will accept that. Woo! First class all the way, baby. All right. I love you all, and I will hopefully see you either Wednesday in a strategy session and or on Thursday for the Millionaire Mindset Mastery training for the Millionaire Sales Secrets class. Oh, I'm telling you, gonna be epic. All right, I love you all. Have a fabulous rest of your week. Mwah! Bye.